Hello YouTube, Edmard here with another Forza 5 hot lap for you, and today we're going to be doing the Ariel Atom V8. And originally when I decided to do this car, I thought of it as a bit of a comparison to the Caterham R500. However, upon reviewing it and looking at them compared to each other, it's on a bit of a different level. The R500 is much more affordable at, like, I think it's around 40 grand or 50 grand or something like that, depending on what you get. But the Ariel Atom starts at around 120 grand. Well, that was when it was new, but you could probably get one cheaper now. It's probably about 80 grand you could probably get one for, but it's, you know, it's like twice the price. So for that, I'd expect like twice the speed. Obviously, the Ariel Atom is probably a much more serious track day car, as the R500 is definitely a serious track day car. You know, you should be going out and taking that to the track if you've got one of them, but it, you know, you can use it on the road a bit more, whereas the Atom, although I have seen a couple in my area on the road before, it's definitely a little more serious, especially the V8 version, which has extra aero and obviously a much more powerful engine. And this is the V8 500 version, and the V8 in this is actually quite an interesting engine, whereas you get a lot of these other small companies like Ariel is. They usually use a V8 from somewhere else if they're going to use a V8, like Pagani in the Huayra. They've got a Mercedes AMG V8, which I think is actually bespoke for them, but you know, it's not made by them. But the unique thing about this car is a small company that have made their own engine. You know, they've taken two motorbike engines and created a V8 from that. So, you know, people, there are always these arguments that a motorbike is better than a car and a car is better than a bike. But what if you took the speed of a bike and put it in a car? You know, that's basically what this car is. And because there's almost nothing to it, and the chassis makes the body, and the actual body panels on this car is very minimal. There's hardly any. Well, tap the brakes there, that was stupid. Caused tons of oversteer. Anyway, because there's such a little amount actually to this car, it just makes it mind-blowingly quick. You know, it doesn't have to have 1,000 horsepower like all the hypercars do. It just has to be light and nimble and have enough to, you know, get it from A to B. You know, what made this car so hard to implement into previous Forzas was the fact that so much of the workings are on show. I mean, you look at the front end, you can see the suspension as it moves up and down. You can even see the driver's feet in this car, which is not something you can see in a lot of cars. It's usually covered up by all the body of the car and the dashboard. But there's such a little amount to this car. You're really exposed, and as a result, it gets a fantastic power to weight ratio. I think it's like 800 and something brake horsepower per tonne or something like that, off the top of my head. I mean, these facts probably are completely wrong. But you know, it just makes for an awesome car. Whoa, that was some serious snap oversteer right there. And also, when I was, because I was looking at this car as a track day car, and I'm looking at the R500 as a track day car, I was comparing them, but really this is, in terms of speed, this car is on a whole nother level. You can really tell. I mean, The R500 has got no aero to it at all. There's no aerodynamics going on. The tyres are slightly skinnier. The tyres are not as sporty either. It's not got as much horsepower. It can't put down its horsepower as well. It's just, this car is just amazing. I mean, if you think about the weight of the R500, I think it weighs a little bit less than this car, because there's less to it. And when you race that car, it's just mental. It can't hold its horses down. It can't put them to the ground without any wheel spin going on. Whereas this car, you can really chuck it around and whoa. Especially with my driving style, being able to really get the car animated and really get it going is going to make me go faster. It gives me more confidence to get onto the power earlier, and I've sort of, I had a bit of a practice in this just to get into this, because I hadn't played the game for a few days, so I needed to just warm myself up a bit. And at the start of it, I was getting snap oversteer going into corners. I was getting off the brakes too violently and causing it to oversteer. But now I'm much smoother, and although while I'm talking I'm not going as fast as I can, I am giving it some welly. But I can't concentrate as much while I'm talking to you guys. It still illustrated to me how amazing this car is. It's basically made in someone's shed, and it performs like nothing I've tested so far in this hot lap series. I mean, the Huayra and the P1, they are amazing cars, and when I first tried the Huayra on Forza 4, I was amazed. It was 700 horsepower, but it felt like 300. It could put it down so well. But when you consider the weight and the amount of aerodynamics that's going on in that car, it looks beautiful, but there's so much aero going on, all those flaps going up and down, and the shape of the body, and it's super, super light for what it is. But this is on another level of how that feels. You can really, really feel the car's energy being put straight into the ground, and you can feel how grippy it is. It's just, for example, under braking, like you can brake so late and then get on the power so early. Especially when you're comparing it to something like the Civic I drove in the first episode, or the Caterham I drove even. It's on another level. And the style of the car and how it feels and how it drives kind of suits me. I mean, if you go on the Laguna Seca Rivals, there's a in the Autocross Rivals event. I'm not sure where I am now, but closer to the release of this game, I went and checked out the Autocross Rivals, because Autocross is one of my favourite things to do. It's really fun. I like how accurate you have to be, and how it's less about a racing line and more about skill and driver control, just from the nature of the event. And one of the events is on this track, and you have to drive an R-Class car, I think. And this car just fits that bill absolutely perfectly. And I was first for a little while on that event. I'm not sure where I am now, but there was a DJ something. I can't remember his name now. There's this one guy who just kept beating me, and we were sort of trading the top spot for a little while. But I haven't done it in a long time, so it'll be interesting to see where I am now. I'm probably gone down the order quite a bit as more and more people have got into it. I'm certainly not the best in the world, I know that. Alright, well, I think I've talked enough about the car. I think the next lap I might be able to get a nice hot lap in. Been obviously doing some nice consistent laps here. Whoa! You'll probably see I did do a correction there, but then obviously not enough. I centered the wheel again thinking that I corrected it, but no, the car just carried on. Alright, I could possibly spin out on this hot lap because I'm really going to give it some. And I won't talk either. Well, I'll try not. Well, that was terrible. We'll do another one after this, see if we can beat it. But I won't give up on this lap. Four tenths up. It's been messy, but we're 4 tenths up. That second to last corner was perfect. I won't be able to do it that good again. Right, I know I can do better than that. That was much better than the last lap. No! Damn it! Oh no! Oh, that was such a good lap up to then. Look, 6 tenths. I reckon if I really hooked it up, I can get it under 129. Bollocks, man! Why do I keep messing it up? I'm still 4 tenths up. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I will do it! I want to see what I can do. In my practice I managed to get a 1:29.1. Right, I've just got to be careful with that really fast left-hander that I keep messing up. Let's do this. Not as good as the last lap there. That was good. That could have been better. Got a bit of oversteer on the exit there. Okay, don't mess this up. Much better. 7/10. We broke a bit early there. Being cautious on the power. Oh, 28.4, and I believe that puts the Ariel Atom at the top of the leaderboard. So, wow, what a car. Alright, well, thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.